Welcome to this new edition of Month-boithak. For the first time we are real in GP House. We have all moved in, and this is the first time we're using the mini auditorium. Today we are also celebrating that Grameenphone has won 2 awards in the Telenor Group award ceremony that happened in Belgrade just a few days ago. And I'm very happy to say that we took the 2 prizes when it comes to people and people development, and when it comes to brand and brand development. And you should clap for yourself, because this is an achievement for everybody here in the room. The brand achievement was to have the best increase in the brand development during the last year of all the 13 companies within the Telenor Group. And that was quite an achievement. We have steadily grown our brand preference over that time. This is a measurement that is going on in all the companies in a similar way in all countries. So it's a very objective result, showing that we have had the best performance over the last year. When it comes to people, it's both what we have done through GP Way, that we are transforming ourselves, that we are changing it into a more less level, more equal part of or equal total company, that we are looking very much into how we practice our values, that we are doing our leadership expectation, that is really fulfilled, that we are doing our HSSE in a proper manner. And I could say that we are the best one when it comes to HSSE that's another achievement. And if you remember, a couple of years back we had some issues around Bangladesh and around Grameenphone in that respect. We have taken that challenge and we have actually turned it totally around.
As you will have gathered by now, the winner is Grameenphone.
In this program, we will look into partly that, HSSE, partly we'll look into some other compliance issues that is coming up. We are used to the telecom regulations, and we have just seen a new act, Telecom Act, coming up. Then we will have the Employee of the Month, as usual, and we will have questions and answers. So let's go on with the program. Competition is a good thing. Competition brings the world forward, in my view. But when you see competition, it can also be a cruel thing. People can use unfair means. That's why we have a competition law in many countries, and in Asia this has been under development in the recent years. Now there is under preparation also a competition law for Bangladesh, and that's what we will talk to with our first guest, my first guest today, which is Barrister Omar. Good to see you.
Good to see you, John. Pleasure to be on.
Please. We have something called a competition compliance program or something like that.
Yes, absolutely.
What is that?
It's basically a way of regulating competition in the market. That is to say that the competition regulator will ensure that there's a fair level in the market, whichever industry it might be, so that one particular operator or party is not using unfair means to gain advantage over others in the market. They're not colluding with each other, or they're not actually getting into kinds of business that would actually restrict some other third party to get into business with your competitor. So in effect, in a nutshell, the competition regulation will ensure that the market is fair, and our commitment is...
If there then is a conflict between these two regulations, what take precedence?
Obviously, the Competition Commission, from the competition watchdog perspective, will take precedence over BTRCs on the telecom side. You see, the Competition Commission in the draft bill has been given wide range of powers. They can impose punishments in terms of imprisonment even, and they have very wide fine provisions that they can exercise. The amount can go up to even 10% of the average revenue of the last 3 years of a particular company or business organization.
Oh, really? If you should take, let's say, three issues or items or whatever, that is the most important to think of when we in our daily life. You know, there's so many rules, so many policies. You can really, it's not too much to get into one head almost.
Yes,
so if we should say three things which are important when it comes to this competition regulation.
If you ask me to consider three most important things coming out of this competition compliance program, first thing for me would definitely be how we actually interact with other competitors in the market. By that I mean other telecom operators that operate in Bangladesh. Let me clarify, it's not bad to actually share common understandings and get into discussions with them, but we have to be careful the use of language that we do, so that nothing is suggestive of the fact that we are in some kind of understanding or collusion in terms of prices or services or the kind of products that we offer in the market.
Okay, and then the two others.
The second most important thing would be that how we deal with our suppliers, distributors, those kind of stakeholders, what we call vertical agreements. You know, in this kind of business, we would definitely have different distributors, different supply chains, and so forth. We have to be careful whenever we get into arrangement or agreements with them. We cannot be seen as somebody who's taking its position of advantage in the market and actually trying to restrict or block them in some way, that you cannot do business with this company or that company, or you have to be solely doing business with me. From a legal and compliance point of view, we don't see any problem. It actually goes back to the very fundamental question of exclusive arrangements. Now, there are many different legal and compliance implications when it comes to exclusive arrangements. Some might be seen as anti-competitive. Some might be interpreted in a way that for a particular business it's absolutely essential. Yeah. Otherwise, the nature of business would not be able to function.
Yeah. So what should people do then if they come into such questions? Is this in a way not in compliance, or how do
yes,
they do that?
I think it's critical for us to be on the safe side, to be careful. We always suggest that in this kind of gray situations, never go with your gut feeling. Always come back to us at the Legal and Compliance. I lead a fine team of lawyers who would be willing to help you at all times. Yeah. And actually help you take a decision as to whether a particular arrangement can be seen as anti-competitive.
And you've got one more.
Yes.
Yeah.
And probably the most crucial one, it's use of language. When it comes to anti-competitive behavior, we should always be careful as to the kind of language we use when we discuss, even outside, you know, to a competitor's employee, to distributors, retailers, anyway. We should not be using language, for example, we will crush all other competitors in the market, or, you know, this product will run X company out of business. You know, it's the key thing is, as a responsible employee of a responsible operator, is to know the value of humility. We have to be humble. We want to have competition. Competition is good, as Oliver mentioned. But we want to win a fair game, have a fair fight, fair competition, and win.
So I guess a simple rule
Yes.
could be that we talk about ourselves, our strengths.
Yes.
We don't talk about the competitors.
Yes, absolutely.
Omar, you have been a short period now in GP.
Yes.
How do you find GP?
Absolutely fascinating. Never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment. That could be very positive or it could be very negative.
It's actually very, very positive. I'm really, really excited. A lot of issues and things to deal with. And I have a fine team to work with, whom I thank very much for all the support they give me.
So thank you very much
Thank
for
you very
coming.
much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great to be on the show.
Caring about people is caring about business, or caring about business is caring about people. And this person have worked with people for many, many years in our company. Please welcome Dr. Shanavas. Welcome.
Thank you.
Shanavas, you have been working with security, safety, environment, health issues for a very long time. When did you start in Grameenphone?
We started here in back 2000 August. So I've completed the journey with the Grameenphone 10 years plus today.
Fantastic. I think that's very good.
Initially it was a very small unit. Our main focus was within Grameenphone, employees, Grameenphone family. In a country like Bangladesh, health safety is the last thing to be dealt. So when we started the journey in Grameenphone, I have to sell the idea to the management as well as to sell to the employees also. Those who are having a very structured health safety organization, and the management has taken this. What credit goes to you, and the management team also has taken this as a part of their business operation here.
So now this has become, to a certain degree at least, an integral part of our business. What would you say is the most important part of the HSSE program we have?
If we look back, the main impact on HSSE, having HSSE within the operation in Grameenphone, is changing of the attitude of the people towards HSSE within a limited scope, but at the same time, that is the big achievement from both point of view, from our point of view, from the management point of view, and as well as to the people point of view, to have this attitude in mind towards health and safety. Our main objective was to give the information to all employees. Health safety is not for the, it should be your way of work, 24 hours. Not only you will be good in productive for 8 to 5 or 9 to 6, you must have these health safety issues in mind towards your family, towards your society also. That's the achievement today we can say.
And we have broadened this. We also are putting demands on our suppliers. So what are the overall goals that we are working towards when it comes to this?
If you ask me, the one goal, ultimate goal, to be compliant in health safety issues. There are some international parameters in there. We are aiming towards having some big zero. That is zero incident, zero accident, zero hazard, zero non-conformity in terms of health safety issues there. So today I can tell you, when we started the things here in this year in January, one of the parameters of measuring health safety issues is the lost time injury frequency, that is LTIF. At January it was 3.4, and we have been given the target to achieve below 1.6 by the end of year 2010. And today, the last reporting month, it was 0.98. So we
this is a
achieved
measurement
this.
This is a measurement on
Incident per million work hour.
Yeah, so it's saying something about how frequently do we have incidents or accidents in our business.
Business, yeah.
So that's good. We also have tried to doing social things in this. Part of it is the daycare center.
Yeah.
When did that start?
It started in 2006. We have started daycare center in 2006 with one child there over.
One child?
One child.
How many employees?
So employees is there, I think our employees is only one, but it has been run by the third party. and now today, actually 45 in our Gulshan, 45 children there.
Yeah.
We are now having 3 daycare center actually.
Yeah.
One is in Gulshan, one is in our Niton Niloy for the customer service employees. There, I think our capacity is 60, and we just glad to let you know we are now going to launch the biggest daycare center in Bangladesh, in Bosundara, in mid-October, inshallah.
How many children will
we are hoping to have, our capacity is 200.
200. That's good. Okay, going back to these vendors.
Yeah.
There is something called ABC.
Yeah.
Could you please explain?
ABC, I think very easy to hear, easy to remember, but difficult to deal with. Agreement on responsible business conduct. Our ambition, group ambition, as well as all business units' ambition, through HSCC practices, culture, within the company, with the suppliers, to reach a compliant suppliers pool. For reaching that target, each and every business partner and supplier have to have these HSCC issues within themselves. They have to sign an agreement that we are calling agreement on business conduct, that based on some suppliers conduct principle. That is basically the figure, the clauses, they are basically dealing with the HSCC issues and some labor law related or law of the land related issues there.
Okay. And I think we have to realize that when we are doing arrangements, buying things from suppliers, we're not only going to look for the cheapest, we're not only going to look for the best that is with quality, we're also looking at how they behave towards their employees, how they secure their employees in the daily work, and what kind of products they are actually delivering. Is it something which is ruining the environment, etc. So this might bring some smaller cost additions, but we should be willing to take that addition if we can follow these rules. In the longer term, I think we will then get the best products from the best company. Another issue, we are running something called the Zero Workshop at the moment. Could you elaborate on it? On that?
If I can divide them in a broad sense, one is the positive zeros, one are the negative zeros. The negative zeros are, negative sale, zero sale, zero growth, even from the employee perspective, zero increment, zero bonus, something like that. Those are the negative perspective. But there are some positive zeros there. That is zero hazard, zero incident, zero accident. So from that point of view, we are our objective to reach the positive zeros in our work arena. And this is the workshop actually. It's a workshop that has been designed by the group with the help of us also. For all employees of the Telenor business units, they have to participate. It's mandatory, I think, to go through this workshop, so that with the objective of 3 things: to give the information HSCC all about. Second thing is to get the management commitment, and then to remind the employees about their responsibility. Till today, just after having 2 months activities rolling out, today we covered 56% of the employees.
Okay. And
our
the goal is to have, by the end of the year?
By the 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Taking part in the workshop is one thing. The daily practice is the most important thing. And I think if we can be proactive, if you see something, be it in something in the office that could be of danger, be it in the way we are transporting, as an example, being it when you work in a base station, and then instead of saying, okay, that didn't look good, you actively come up with it and report it. so that actions can be taken. Okay, thank you, and look forward to that kind of programs, and we'll invite you also for that, of course.
Thank you.
Have you ever written your name on the wall? You have? All of you? Yes. And I have done that as well. We've had a signature campaign. Why did we run that? You?
It's kind of Hall of Fame, and we do this to do artwork and design.
That's a lot of signatures. So we have been discussing whether it should be one big wall or whether we should actually take it in several places in the house. I hope that those who have not signed in yet does it. Have all here? Anybody that didn't sign? Nobody. That's very good, and I hope the rest of you can do this as well if you are latecomers. So this artwork will be one of many artworks in this house. We have selected Bangladeshi artists. Some are painters, some are more doing installations. So it will be quite amazing. We'll also create a book describing both the artworks and the artists. So you may use this as a help for telling people about this. We hope also that it will be an inspiration for ourselves when in our daily work. Hope you will like it as well. In all the Boithak sessions, we have one award given out. And this time it goes to a person that has been looking into or doing work which we could call operational excellence in a place where we not necessarily look upon that type of cost reductions and so on. It's Mahbub Rahman. Welcome.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Please have a seat. Mahbub, you are working in communications.
Right.
So you're spending a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
But then you were thinking, oh, how could we make it more efficient maybe?
Exactly.
Can you tell us a little about that?
Regarding cost efficiency and media optimization, we try to do something that is not practiced before in buying media spaces. So for your information, during this couple of months I studied all the cost patterns that we have doing for last 2 or 3 years. There I find some kind of cost that is fixed almost every month, and some are variables that depends on the campaign, number of campaigns that we go with the market. So regarding on this pattern, I got some ideas to do extra booking or extra space purchase from the media houses, which ensure their business, since there is a lot of competitions in media houses also. There are almost 13 TV channels and 15 newspapers out there, so there's lots of competition among them. I use that thing as a strength for my negotiations. So I sit all of them and I offer them, give me some discount and I will give you some extra booking, which is extra for them but not for us, because the cost pattern and the campaign calendar that indicates me that we have to purchase 40% extra media spaces.
Okay, so what we used to do earlier was
Exactly.
that we came out late, and then the prices were much higher because the space was very limited. Okay.
So regarding this, I just studied if we increase media expenses 40%, that is not what we call media optimizations. So I use that.
That doesn't sound like it.
Yeah.
No.
So that is the strength for me to negotiate with the media houses. So I said to them, I talk with them, they give me some extra benefit, I will increase my spaces, which is extra for them but not for us. So I introduced 2020 deal which is called 2020. It means you give me 20% discount on the red card, I will increase 20% of my spaces that I have already bought. Like if I I purchase 100 taka, give me that space at 80 taka, I will go 110 or 120. If
this deal is okay, then we can save 20%, because if we don't introduce this deal, we have to go 140 taka due to campaign calendars. So in this case, we purchase a little savings in costing, but also in space that's increased, so that our competitors and we can stay together, and
So you get less, you get more for less.
more for
That's
less.
what you're saying.
Exactly.
How do we see the spendings on media going forward? You know, we're now doing also what we call stealth marketing. We are using our CRM system. We're using our data warehouse to go to more smaller segments. Could we see that we could spend money more intelligent in the future?
Exactly. Recently, if you watch the TV channels or a newspaper, you will find some innovative idea that was introduced to catch the eyeballs of the readers or the viewers, so that they can read, they can understand our communication, what we are doing or what we are selling, the product or services. You have to catch them. If you catch them, they'll listen and they'll find our product is very good, then they will purchase.
And so my question once more is, could we reduce media, you think, over time?
Reduce, not exactly reducing, but we will go other way around, like innovations or good ideas, which will not give them the feeling that we are spending lots in media, but they will feel that it's a very good idea.
Oh, that's
About our innovative communication.
If you come back with some good ideas there, I guess you can get another award, because that's quite challenging, I would say.
Exactly. Already I have introduced one idea in innovation that is called break-free drama in television channels. But actually, what is practicing now? If you on your TV channel and select a channel to watch the drama, what you find, 5 minutes of drama, 20 minutes of television commercials.
Yeah.
So that is made all the viewers very bored.
Yeah.
They switch from Bangladeshi channel to foreign channel.
Yeah.
If they do this, I will never get the chance to communicate my product or the services that we are offering. So what I think is to keep them on that Bangladeshi channels and watch the drama. So that's why I introduced break-free drama, what we call in Bangla Birutihin Natok. There is no commercial break. So drama starts and drama ends. There is no mid breaks. There will be no commercial. So people
But
will
possibly some in the start and the end.
yeah, and that is the strategic part. Then when the drama started, I give my commercials, and drama continue, and then my commercial. And during drama, there are some kind of pop-ups or
that kind of things.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That will highlight my product.
Good. Thank you. I think you are worthy of the prize. So we have a clean desk policy, so you have to find somewhere to place it. Maybe as a part of the whole communication. Thank you very much. Yeah. Then we come to the last part of our program, which is the Q&A session. So who's got a question?
Hello, I'm Sadia from Foreign Settlement, Treasury. The question I had in mind, it's regarding to the GP way, one of the points of GP way, which is creating leaders within the organization. My question is, why does not GP have any effective job rotation program or management training program, so that people with potential can explore new areas, and so that a GP creates leader from within?
Thank you for the question, and I agree that this is certainly an improvement area. We need to be much better, not only for taking the groomed leadership talents, but also taking the initial talents. And we have to make a better plan to make them come into that type of roles. And that is actually under work now in P&O to create a better both a leadership training and a talent training. So you're spot on, and I admit that this is not up to par at the moment. It should be better, and we should be able to get our leaders from inside. There are something we done last year, and that is that we on the bonus targets for all the 2 upper layers, the one reporting to me and those who are reporting, have as a bonus target to come up with 2 people that can replace them. That could be seem like a dangerous thing to do, But we know that we need rotation. We need to develop, all of us. So by then grooming someone within the organization that can take over when you leave, that's a bonus target for the 2 upper layers. So that's part of it, but we need more. More questions?
My name is Shabir Mohammed Faisal. I am from Treasury Operation of Finance. Recently, I listened from my relatives and my friends regarding the fill up of SIM card application form. Used to we see that the retailers or small people who are selling a SIM card, and they are one of the earning sources selling the SIM card and the flex load option. They just sell the SIM card without fill up the form, and they personally fill up the form by their own hand or own photo identity or something like that. I mean, one person can sell 5 SIM cards without any filing the form, and he just put all the compliance form regarding BTRC and our Grameenphone in his own ways and submit to us. So as a compliant company of Grameenphone, how we can solve this problem? I think in near future it can create a big problem to us to solve to create a problem.
Yeah, this is again a good question, and you're very right in that this is an issue. First of all, it's difficult for us, of course, to really see through it and discover it. But we have our territory officers. We have. You have the answer.
Yes, I'm Farhana Akhtar, working as a territory officer of Gulshan area. We already meet our retailers about URF form, user subscription form. That means both 2 identity is very important for that. One is voter ID of that means national ID card for a subscriber, and that means second identity of that subscriber. It's BTRC rules. So we don't have any option to fill up a URF form without that 2 NID number. There is no option to send any paper without this NID number. So we encourage our retailers, we briefed our retailers, already we convinced that rules. So if we have that answer, so we believe that we will facing these challenges. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and what Farhana here is pointing to is totally new rules that apply from approximately today. But what I would like to add to what Farhana is saying, the next level now is to have a online ID check, and that will come early next year, Q1 sometimes, if the election committee is then finished with their external interface. So it's coming in the right direction. I should say that we are by far the most compliant company in this, but we should be 100%, as you are pointing out. Thank you for many good questions. I promise to take even that type of questions very seriously and look into what we can do. And I should keep my promises. That's one of our values. By this, we end our Boithak this time, and we will be back next month. Thank you.